Good health to all from Rexall. From Hollywood, the Jimmy Durante Show.
Ink, a dinkity, a dinkadoo, a dinkity. Oh, what a tune!
Yes, 10,000 Rexall drugstores who carry the complete line of top-quality Rexall drug products bring you the Jimmy Durante Show with Peggy Lee, Arthur Treacher, Candy Candido, Roy Bargy and his orchestra, our Rexall sportscaster Tommy Harmon, yours truly Howard Petrie, and our special guest tonight, MGM's great little star, Margaret O'Brien. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jimmy Durante in person.
Big day with a song.
Santa Claus, what's in that bag?
Even when things go wrong,
Santa, what's in that bag?
you feel better, you even look better.
Come on, Santa Claus, please tell me, what's in that bag?
Please, Sonny, I've been telling you all day, this ain't no bag, it's my schnoz.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Jimmy.
A Merry Christmas to you, too, Mr. Petrie. Too bad your name ain't Michael. Then I could wish you a Merry Michaelmas.
Oh, gosh, Jim, you sure have your troubles at Christmas time, don't you? I'll bet with all your political connections, it was sure tough selecting Christmas gifts for them.
On the contrary, Howard, yes. And my toughest job was pick... That's what it says on the paper. Don't get so smart, Christmas Eve. And my toughest job was picking out a present for Henry Wallace. You see, 2 years ago, I gave a big Christmas party for Henry, and last year I gave him a second party. So this year I'm going to get him a date with Jane Russell.
A date with Jane Russell? Isn't that a strange gift for Henry Wallace?
Don't be silly. Can you think of a better third party? Durante, if you weren't so pretty, you'd make a good comedian.
Say, Jimmy, suppose Wallace does organize a third party. Does it affect you and your campaign for the vice presidency?
Not in the slightest, Howard. Not in the slightest. I'm a candidate on 4 of the tickets. The Democrats, the Socialists, the Republicans, and the Labor Party.
You're a candidate on 4 different tickets?
Certainly. Why be half safe?
Well, now, Jimmy, listen. If you want to ensure your election, you'll have to give the people a plan to help the food conservation program.
I've been working on the food problem, Howard, and I want to report...
I bid 82. I bid 84. I'll make it 86. I'll make it 90.
How do you like that? A guy walked in with a box of Wheaties and 2 grain speculators started bidding for it. Well, that's the conditions that prevail. But as I was saying, I've been working on the food problem, Howard. Last week, I dug a hole in the backyard and planted some shrimp cocktail that was left over for dinner. Then I dug another hole and planted some leftover pea soup. And then I dug another hole and planted some leftover lamb chops. I watered it faithfully every day. And this morning, you know what came up?
What?
A gopher with a note that said, "What's the matter, no dessert?" But Howard, food production can only be increased if we improve our national irrigation system.
Why, Jimmy, I'm glad you brought that up, because there's a man here to see you from the United States Department of Rivers and Waterways.
Well, what are we waiting for? Open the faucet and let him in.
Yeah. Well, here he is, Jimmy, Mr. Ripple, the Commissioner of Rivers and Waterways.
Well, how do you do?
Nice to meet you, Mr. Ripple. Glad you dripped in. Now, tell me, sir, what seems to be your problem?
Well, the United States needs more water.
Well, why don't you make a tour around the country? You're giving off a fine spray.
Well, I did make a tour. I started by diving in at the mouth of the Columbia River and swimming upstream to the headwaters.
And what happened?
3 salmon proposed to me.
Them salmon will do anything to get away from Del Monte. But never mind the salmon, Mr. Ripple. When you're underwater, did you or do you ever see any pretty mermaids? Confidentially, how do you like them? As a candidate for the vice presidency, naturally I'm interested in improving the Columbia River. Tell me, what can I do about it?
Well, after swimming in it for 3 days, I've only got one thing to report.
What?
I'm forever blowing,
You know, I'm glad he left. I was going down for the 3rd time.
Hey, just a minute here, Jimmy. I just noticed. What's that string tied around your finger?
I'm glad you noticed, Howard. That string means there's somebody I forgot to get a present for.
Gosh, Jimmy, was it President Truman?
No.
General Marshall?
No.
Princess Elizabeth?
No, but you're getting warm. It's Umbriago. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Umbriago. How I love him. When I see a Christmas turkey, I think of him. He's a winner. And at Christmas, I know he'll be late for dinner. He won't starve by heck. He'll never leave a speck. He'll eat the turkey's neck. Don't stand near the mistletoe, or you'll be kissed by Mr. Umbriago. Let me hear it. Umbriago. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Umbriago. Happy New Year, Umbriago. How I love that Umbriago. You know, last Christmas I remembered him. I sent him a brand new automobile with the latest invention on it. With this invention, if you're driving down the road and you see a lady driver coming towards you, you press a button, the car folds up and hides in the glove compartment. Don't stand near the mistletoe, or you'll be kissed by Mr. Umbriago.
You want to be sure that the product is pure when you ask for a drug preparation. Buy the Rexall line at the Rexall sign of Rexall identification.
Did you know that more than 2,000 different drug products carry the name Rexall? That's a big family indeed, and a highly respected one, too. For in millions of American homes, the familiar name Rexall has come to mean the utmost in quality, purity, and reliability. So, for any and for all of your drug needs, always buy Rexall. Have confidence in what that name means. Quality, purity, and reliability in drug products. Get them at Rexall drugstores throughout the nation, where 25% of America buys its drug needs.
If you want to be sure that the product is pure when you ask for a drug preparation, buy the Rexall line at the Rexall sign of Rexall identification.
Good health to all from Rexall. Well, folks, just like all over the world, it's Christmas Eve in the Durante household. Let's peek in on Durante and Treacher.
I say, Mr. Durante, sir, may I wish you a Merry Christmas?
Indeed you may, and a Merry Christmas to you, too, Treacher.
Thank
Tell me, how did you like that sweater I gave you for Christmas? Don't spread this around, Treacher, but I knitted it myself.
Oh, thank you, sir. It's a lovely sweater. It's quite she-she.
No, it's he-he. I knit them different for women. I love that kind of carry-ons on. Now, tell me, where's Peggy Lee and the rest of the gang?
They're all in the other room, sir, opening their gifts. How did you make out this Christmas, sir?
Broke even, gave tithes, and got handkerchiefs. But look, I need your help. Margaret O'Brien will be here in a minute. Now, how can I get this ink stain out of my trousers?
Oh, that's very simple, sir. Use this emery board. Just keep rubbing the emery board over the stain, and when the trousers commence to get light in color...
Yes?
Stop rubbing. That's you.
Treacher, when you were a baby, did your nurse ever drop you on your head?
Oh, we couldn't afford a nurse, sir. My mother had to do it. Now, about this tree, sir, are you going to trim it?
Not after what happened last year. Let me tell you about it. Last Christmas, full of the spirit of Noel, I'm all set to trim the tree.
Yes?
So with the tinsel in my right pocket, the peppermint canes in my left pocket, The silver bells in one hand, the box of does that I'm using for snow in the other, and the popcorn ball dangling from my nose. I climbed up the ladder, and I'm all set to trim the tree when I hear a strange noise in the kitchen. Descending from the ladder, I push down the tinsel, the peppermint canes, the silver bells, the box of does I'm using for snow, and the popcorn ball dangling from my nose. I investigates, and what is it? My cat wants to get out. I'm ready for silent night, and she's ready for a fruitin', a fightin', and a fussin'. So I opens the door, and off she goes to attend the big 4 meeting. Once more with the tinsel in my right pocket, the peppermint canes in my left pocket, the silver bells in one hand, the box of does that I'm using for snow in the other, and the popcorn ball dangling from my nose. I goes up the ladder. I'm just about to take a sniff of oxygen, which keeps my nose from collapsing at high altitudes. And what happens? The telephone starts to ring. So I takes a step towards the phone. I should have come down off the ladder first. Removing a sprig of hollyhock from my ear, I picks up the phone and the voice says, "Hello? Guess who?" Gently ripping the wires out of the wall. Once more I goes up the ladder with the tinsel, the peppermint canes, the silver bells, the box of does, and the popcorn ball dangling from my nose. And finally, after 3 hours, I got wires around my neck, wires in my pocket, and wires in my hair. So I plugs a wire into the wall socket, and what happens? The tree blows a fuse, but my nose lights up. And you know something? It looked prettier than the tree.
Chicago 24, Milwaukee 57, Big Bear 36.
Treacher, what are you doing?
Well, I didn't have any lines here, sir, so I thought I'd give a weather report.
A whimsical bit of material. An old coward must be on his payroll. Oh, you go on with the tree, Treacher. I'll answer the door. Well, Merry Christmas, Margaret.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
What a voice. Which Margaret is this? O'Brien or Truman? Why, it's Margaret O'Brien.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Gee, this is fun.
Well, Margaret, you really got the Christmas spirit, haven't you?
Oh, it's been wonderful, Jimmy. I've been out with a bunch of neighborhood kids singing Christmas carols.
Yeah?
First we sang under Bob Hope's window, and he threw us a quarter. Then we sang under Red Skelton's window, and he threw us a quarter.
Go on.
Then all of us kids went over to Jack Benny's house.
Did you sing for Mr. Benny?
No, we split the money with him. He's head of our union.
Well, come on in, Margaret. You're always welcome in my humble chapeau.
Thank you, Jimmy. And here's the present I brought for you. Open it up.
Why, Margaret, this is the best of tea.
You like it?
Just what I wanted, a Mickey Mouse beauty kit.
I wanted to give it to you, Jimmy, because I think you're beautiful.
Would you say that again?
I think you're beautiful.
I gotta have this show transcribed. A thing like that should go on record.
Merry Christmas, everybody.